All right, guys, so I wanted to give you a quick overview as to what today's lesson is about. This is something that is hard to go in depth at this level. 7th grade, when you do civics, this is an introduction to a lot of the ideas and concepts that are in the U.S. Constitution that when you get to high school, your senior year, you will be sick of how in depth you are going to go if it's not something that you enjoy. I'm just going to be honest with you. If you enjoy this type of stuff, you're going to love it. If you were an odd one like me, you're going to love this. But 7th grade is very hard to get an in-depth understanding would be the right word of some of these concepts and ideas. But today we're taking a look not at the judicial branch of the government or the Supreme Court per se. What we are taking a look at is something very specific in regards to what's referred to as the Supremacy Clause. Now, in a nutshell, what the Supremacy Clause is, it is the second paragraph of Article 6 of the United States Constitution. For lack of a better word, it dictates how states interact with the federal government. So, to start with, I'm going to read the second paragraph. I'm not reading the first, I'm not reading the third. I am only reading the second. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby in anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. This is a lot of legalese. And if you don't know what legalese is, it's a term that people use to describe the complicated language that laws are written in, that you need to have a deeper understanding or be a lawyer to know what is being said. Now, that one little paragraph, I'm going to break down in a way that hopefully will make more sense for you. Now, I'm going to flip pages here. Okay. Now, as we said, the second paragraph or clause of Article 6 is called the Supremacy Clause. It says that these things are the, quote, supreme laws in the United States and the most powerful and most important laws in the country. The Constitution, laws made by the U.S. government, and treaties made by the U.S. government. These are the top laws. It don't matter what you do, what you say, what states want to do. The federal government in these things dictates what is the ultimate supreme law of the land. Because these laws are the top law, they are supreme, state courts have to follow these laws. State courts cannot decide to disregard federal law to do whatever it is that they want. State constitutions are not as powerful as the U.S. Constitution. Alabama has the longest state constitution that there is, but it's not as powerful as the U.S. Constitution. If there's a disagreement between a federal and a state law, the federal law is more important. The federal law has to be used. You have to overlook the state law and you have to follow the federal law. And yes, even the president has to obey the Constitution. For example, part of the Constitution is called the Bill of Rights. That is the first 10 amendments at the end. They give people the right to freedom of religion because Constitution is the supreme law of the land. Examples: no state court could rule that a person couldn't practice their religion. No state constitution could say that certain religions are illegal. No state can make a law that says people can only practice certain religions. And even the president cannot refuse to hire people for his government unless they practice his religion. The laws set up by the Constitution take precedent, meaning they take priority. They are first. They are supreme. They are the top law over everything else. The court cannot go against the federal law. So, like we said, Article 6, Section 2, or the second clause, is another way of saying that the U.S. federal government, if there's a conflict, overpowers state governments. That's the easiest way to boil it down. This gives you some examples. And like I said, when you get into high school, you're going to get deeper into a couple Supreme Court cases that helped clarify these ideas that are going to go very much in depth. But this is not something that we can or need to do at this point. It would get way too confusing way too early. This is just a quick overview of the Supremacy Clause. I'm going to post the text of Article 6 on the page. And then you'll need to reference the other video that I will post as to how to complete the assignment for today. If you have any questions, send me a message on Schoology. I will get back with you as soon as I can. Make sure that you are checking the updates, any messages that I send out. This is where I'm going to communicate about any upcoming tests or things like that. Don't just disregard those notifications. Check them.